Lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love. I've got Missy with me today in this live stream, and we're doing them every hour on the hour today. We're going to take a look at some entry-level espresso machines. Missy, you're going to pull some shots, make a latte over here on the Gaggia Classic, and we'll use a Profitec Go, and we'll talk about the other machines here. All these are really good choices for getting into home espresso, right?
Right, premium entry-level machines.
Yeah, so we will go through them. First, but I want to let you know something special that Missy is involved in, our CoffeeCast, right?
Yes.
What is that all about?
So it's basically a one-on-one Zoom meeting where we're here in the studio, we've got the machine in front of you, and then we can kind of demo things for you. So you can choose products you're interested in, and then we can demo them. If you have any questions, we can kind of show you how to use them. It's a really awesome free service that we're doing.
Free, right?
Yeah.
It's like he gets an expert with you for about 20 minutes to go through a product, check it out, that kind of thing. I also want to let you know, go to Whole Latte Love, create an account, right, and opt in for the emails there, and you'll get subscriber-only discounts, right?
Subscriber-only discounts. Make sure to create a password. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That happens throughout the year. You know, whole bean coffee, special machines, new products, great stuff like that. And our customer service, you can call us up and talk to us on the phone or chat in, right?
You can chat, email, call. Yeah.
Got a bunch of experts right in a few rooms down over here. We're open until 9:30 Eastern tonight with that, and then on the weekends it's 10 to 5:30.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Also, right now you can buy with confidence because we do have extended returns through.
Extended return policy, so if you're buying as a gift, it's good to have in mind. 30 days or January 15th.
Right,
yeah.
so that's great. And all these machines, great warranties. We do have our own service center here, been doing it for 20 years. So a lot of these products if you ever needed service, we do that right here for you, and we've got the experts that can help you out with whatever you run into. But let's get to the machines over here. We're gonna kind of work our way up and talk about the different features that you have here and what might work out best for you. So Missy over here, what are we looking at?
Yeah, this is the Breville Bambino Plus. It's got single and double shot buttons that are programmable. And then it also has an auto steam function. So if you wanted to, you can put this in there. It's got a little temperature sensor and it'll steam the milk for you, which is super convenient. Yeah, and it'll come with all these accessories here. A little tamper, it'll come with everything you need.
Yeah, and even the frothing pitcher, right?
Yeah, even the frothing pitcher.
And we're talking about this also with the Gaggia Classic Evo Pro coming up. These do come with regular filter baskets and a pressurized filter basket.
Yes.
Now, what does a pressurized filter basket allow you to do?
Yeah, so basically the pressurized filter basket would be the one on the bottom with just one hole instead of a bunch of holes. And that allows you to use pre-ground coffee. You can see there's also the pre-ground. If you're getting like an Illy espresso pre-ground at the store, you could just use that in here and then you're good to go. Otherwise, you're going to want to get an espresso-specific grinder that can go fine enough, and then you'd get things dialed in.
Yeah, and coming up at 11, at the 11 o'clock live stream, we'll look at 5 different entry-level grinders that would work well with any of these machines. Yeah. So that pressurized filter basket, though, lets you get into home espresso without the grinder right out of the gate if you wanted to. Now, the quality is going to be much better if you grind the whole beans fresh, of course.
Agreed.
So the same thing. Let's take a look. Now, I know that's almost the exact machine you use at home.
Yes, I've got the Gaggia Classic Evo Pro in Thunder Black like this. I've got the walnut bottomless portafilter. This one's the blackened oak, very sharp.
One of the things we like about this, now we're into machines, most of the rest of them you can do some customizing with. So you can get these, special wood trims and different things, and really nice. So you can really make the machine your own. But again, this now, and we also have, like if you go with a custom wood portafilter handle here, you can choose which sort of portafilter you want.
Yeah.
When we pull a shot over here, we're going to do a bottomless shot. They're really pretty and they can help you learn techniques better. Yes. So we'll see that in a minute. But you can go double spout or single spout or whatever you like.
And that'll come with the pressurized and non-pressurized.
Yep, so you can get in without a grinder there as well. We're into a real boiler here. The Bambino uses a really
thermal
flat,
block.
Yeah, that heats the water very, very quickly, but not as much.
Yeah, you're not keeping the heat throughout the circuit down to the brew group as much as you would with this one where the boiler's just right over.
And one difference here also, right, is it's a much heavier portafilter with all the rest of the machines and standard size. It's a
Right.
58, I believe the Breville's a 54, so you'll be able to fit more coffee in there.
Yeah, this is nice and hot too.
And yeah, it's going to be hot. Like you can take the Breville, the Bambino out there, and it's
Yeah,
kind of cold. That heat retention, that's important when you're making espresso.
Yeah, very important, I would say. And there's
Yeah.
tricks you can use. You can kind of run some water through there to heat this up. But this is going to be nice and hot for you.
And I'll also say that on the Gaja Classic Evo Pro here, we worked with Gaja in North America. They are all, if you've done any research, they all brew at 9 bar of pressure now. Other parts of the world, I think they'll go
15,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, a little different. But they're all 9 bar here. Makes great espresso, guys who use these. You know what you're doing. You can make espresso that matches pretty much really high-end machines.
Yeah, and you can get different aftermarket shower screens and portafilter baskets, which is nice. That'll fit on there, 58 millimeter. So
very upgradable when you get into this sort of machine. So let's come over here, take a look at the Rancilio Silvia. This guy's been around for about the same amount of time, maybe even a little sooner than the Gaja Classic Pro. Now there is a jump up in price here. This is has a real boiler in it, just like all the rest of the machines will. A little bigger than the Gaja Classic's boiler.
Yes, definitely bigger boiler, so you can kind of do more drinks back to back. It takes a little bit longer to heat up. And then obviously here's steam one. Knob's going to look a little bit different. This kind of has a more industrial, commercial look to it. This drip tray area is metal. Underneath you've got the little tray there. This one, you got the plastic and the stainless steel. So yeah, subtle differences between the two. Both great machines that can easily last 20 years, and you can also do mods on them if you're into that.
Yeah, one thing I also mentioned, all these machines, if you're looking at the really cheap espresso makers, they're not going to have three-way solenoid valves.
Correct.
These all do have a three-way solenoid valve. So and what that does is when you're done with an extraction, really dries out the puck, so you can easily, we have a knock box right here, so you can knock that puck out of there, which if you don't have that, you're going to have a soupy
you're kind of going to want to probably rinse it out, and then you're losing heat, so it's very convenient to have a nice dry puck to just knock out.
All right, now let's go over here. We're going to take another little step up in price. These aren't too different in price, right?
Yeah, these are pretty similar in price. This one used to be more expensive, and the price has dropped recently, so that's cool. It's got the pressure gauge on the front, and it's an ECM. So ECM is going to have more of a kind of luxurious aesthetic to it. As you can see, we've got a lot of customizable options here. This is the Tiger Maple. The portafilter on this is very nice. It's nice and weighted and balanced.
It's a heavy. It feels like it's
heavy duty.
It feels quality, right?
It feels kind of like a weighted pen, but obviously way heavier.
Nicer, larger drip tray over here, which if you're doing a lot of shots, they're going to fill up eventually.
Yes.
And one of the ways I kind of look at machine quality is I always take a look at how they did the seams inside the drip tray, the welds in there, and ECM. That's really the quality product.
Yeah, a lot of nice details. I like the pattern on the drip tray as well. So
very nice. And then we're going to go up from Profitec. This is a Profitec Go. This is the first machine here, if you've been doing some research, which has a PID, which allows you to change your brewing temperature depending on the coffee you're using. And if you're newer, generally you're going to use a cooler side down towards 195 Fahrenheit for darker roasts, and hotter for lighter roasts.
Yeah, typically you're going to brew it around 200 degrees. You might go up or down depending on the level of your roast. So it's really nice to have that accuracy there. Whereas on the rest of these machines, they're using a pressure thermostat. So they're going to decide when to turn the heating element on and off based on the pressure in the boiler.
There's always a little overshoot, undershoot. So I kind of explained the temperatures on these other machines are kind of, they do the wave.
Yeah, they do the wave.
A PID does
the wiggle.
Ripple.
Yeah.
Right? Also over here on the PID, when you actually pull a shot, and we'll see this when we do that, you get the shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock.
The brew pressure gauge.
Brew pressure gauge,
So it can help you dial in your coffee.
Also the customizable knobs on this too. Yeah.
This one also has really nice steam pressure.
It does.
It goes up to 284 degrees, which is really high compared to a lot of the machines that we use.
Yeah, and you'll notice when I go to do the milk steaming, the power on that one's going to be much higher.
So go ahead and let's go over. So we told you we're going to make, Missy's going to make us some lattes here. We'll start on the Gaja Classic. And again, and while she's getting that ready, so you're going to use we've got this Dubai Gold
Eureka Mignon Silencio
grinder. And you're using a special little thing there.
Yeah, this is the Mignon dosing funnel. It's got a notch on the back, so especially obviously the Eureka Mignon grinders is going to be a perfect fit. It fits on a lot of grinders that have a button over here for the portafilter, so that's super convenient.
And again, we'll take a look at some entry-level grinders at 11 o'clock Eastern today in our next live stream. And so now you're leveling that out. That's the Jack Leveler. That's very customizable as well. They have lots of different colors and designs.
We do, yeah. I like to use the Jack Leveler. You can use just the Jack Leveler. I'm using a bottomless today, so I kind of want to get it as perfect as possible. And then I'm going to time this. So we are pulling a bottomless shot here. Hopefully you can get a good view. And then, but yeah, this is just a really tried and true machine, the Gaja Classic, then it was the Pro, now it's the Evo Pro. And it's just basically kind of like the Honda Civic of espresso machines. Yeah. You ask a mechanic, what's a good car? They're going to say Honda Civic. You ask a barista, what's a good machine? They're probably going to say, Gaja Classic Evo Pro is a great one as a first machine. It's
really, I mean, I've always called it like the best value in entry level.
Right.
People, I talk to them all the time online, and they're using these 20 years later.
Right.
If you got to maintain it to get there, but you certainly can.
You can also soup them up, just like Civics.
So I'm just going to hit your steam on here.
Thank you.
These are all single boiler machines, so you can't brew and steam at the same time. We will take a look later in some live streams. The machines can brew and steam at the same time. And here, so you can wait until the light comes on here, indicating that it's fully up to steam temperature, but really you only have to wait about 20 seconds. That's one of the little techniques to this machine, is you don't have to wait for that light. In fact, if you start steaming sooner, you might actually get a little more steaming power, because it's going to keep the heating element on, right?
You think we're about good now?
I think we're good now.
Okay.
Yep. So you're going to give it a little purge, right?
Give it a little purge. Ideally over the drip tray.
So that purge is just removing any condensation. That's a technique you'll use with any machine.
You just want to do it until you stop seeing water and you start seeing dry steam. Yeah.
And this has a manual frothing wand. So it takes a little technique, but it's really easy. And I got to tell you, we got a lot of great videos that can show you exactly how to make some really nice milk.
Yeah, there's one, it's like 5 tips on, or 5 mistakes you might be making on latte art that AJ made. That one's really helpful.
Yep. And you can see it's injecting, you're kind of just sipping some air into the milk there, swirling it so it becomes a consistent texture throughout.
Yes, I put a little too much milk in here, but that's okay. Okay.
And I'll grab you a rag here, because you always want to wipe down your wand and give it a little purge.
Look at that.
And the other thing you want to do is just, run some water through that. Just for time's sake, we're not going to do that right now. But we do have videos to show you exactly the process of doing this. It's really not that hard.
But yeah, you can make cafe quality espresso and latte milk drinks. So.
And the coffee we're using is Crema Wave. It's one we have roasted locally. It's a
not quite the latte art I was going for, but it's going to be tasty.
Thank you. I mean, it's going to, art or not, it still tastes great, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and that is really good. Thanks, Missy. Now I'll switch sides with you here. Let's get over near the Go.
All right.
The Profitec Go here. I'll give you some room to get in on the grinder here.
All right.
Oh, that is good.
I love on the Silencio, it has the time dose on the side of it, so you can just punch it. We've already got it set up, so it'll stop grinding when it's at the desired weight. And we're doing a 16 gram dose, and then we're looking for 32 grams out, about double, in around 20 to 30 seconds.
So, and again, there is some technique. If you're new to home espresso, there's some technique to doing it. It's really very easy. We got a lot of great videos. So if you didn't subscribe to our YouTube channel, do subscribe, and you can check those all out.
Yes.
And we're doing this. This is kind of like a medium roast coffee, so you're doing it at 201 degrees, right?
Yeah, 201 degrees. Now on the Gaggia Classic Evo Pro. I had my timer on the scale over here I was doing. On this one, I don't have to do that because it's got the shot clock on there. So I'm watching that time. It's really convenient that way.
And oh yeah, just a reminder, we will be taking your questions, so get those in on the chat on YouTube or Facebook. If you have any questions about these machines, we can help you out there. So how long did you go there? That was
27.
27 seconds. We'll get that steam. Did you hit your steam?
There we go.
So now it's going to transition up to steaming temperature. And
Yeah, and
again,
you'll
this
see
one
it
goes
climbing.
really high. You can set the temperature you want, right?
You can set the temperature you want. So the steam temp on this one, you said it goes up to like 280 degrees or so?
284.
Wow.
Which is high. Even like so prosumer level dual boiler machines, these the big boys, they around 270 usually is where they go. So this one can really go up, and once you're beyond, you can see the temperature rising there. We're at 240. You can start steaming now. It's going to continue to heat. So
Okay.
go right
I'll
ahead.
go
Give that
for it.
purge.
I'll get my milk. I might want that.
But again, if you got questions about these products right here, just getting in and you want some help, get in the chat there, ask away. And Ellie is back there. Hey Ellie, how you doing?
Nice dry steam.
Ellie's back there with
All
Brian,
right.
and they'll get those questions up to us so we can help you out. So again, that technique, you did your little purge there.
There we go. Okay.
I can still see, we're at like 250 degrees, which is plenty to get the job done here. If you wait a little bit longer, you can get even more roll if you want it.
Yeah, for sure. It has nice steam power to it. I also like how solid the steam wand is. It feels more like some of the more expensive machines. And then on the top here, we have this vegan leather mat here from Vitamin. So if you want to add a little bit of styling to the top of it, you can as well. All right. Thank you. Look at that.
Like we're a team here, huh?
Yeah.
So there's the
Woo!
little purge.
There's the purge. There we go.
And so when you were done here, you kick off the steaming, right?
Mm-hmm. Put it back in.
Yep.
Just. Mm-hmm. Here we go. There we go.
Nice
Get
little
a
heart.
cute little heart.
Well, cheers. I'm going to let you try yours. I'm already halfway through mine. It's delicious. And let's talk about steaming time, because I think that's something that's misunderstood a little bit, right? So when you were steaming, how hot are you going with that?
I'm only trying to get it to where I feel on the pitcher that my hand starts to get uncomfortably hot. So the milk will be about like 140 degrees. For extra hot folks out there, that's going to feel not as warm. But Specialty Coffee Association standards, the milk starts to break down in flavor.
Yeah.
Latte art's not possible, too hot. So that's kind of your recommended
Yeah, I always
range.
call it, it's like the sweet spot of
Yeah,
milk flavors.
exactly.
And that, somewhere below 140 degrees, 130 to 140, maybe a little hotter.
Yeah.
I know people, some people want a lot hotter, or maybe if you're coming from drinking a lot of, filter or drip coffee, you might
Yeah.
expect, why is this so cool? Well, a latte really made properly, you should be able to
Yes.
almost chug that thing
Yeah.
and not burn your tongue, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So again, we will take your questions. So if you have them, get in the chats here. Let's go through though and just kind of recap
Yeah,
what we have
absolutely.
here. So the
Breville
do you wanna switch?
Bambino.
We'll do a
Yeah,
little
so this is
switch
the Breville Bambino Plus. So it's got the auto frothing milk steam wand, and then also the single and double shot programmable buttons. It's nice and small, compact. It's gonna kind of fit into most kitchen aesthetics, and then it comes with tamper and your baskets as well as the frothing pitcher.
And again, it uses the portafilter is a little smaller at 54, so you're not gonna be able to put as much coffee in there. But it does, if you like easy lattes, you want them quick.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice machine for that. Does come well equipped. No, there's not a lot of. I think there are some third-party customizing options, maybe.
Yeah.
But not to the extent that we're going to see on the other machines.
Yeah, I think main difference is probably longevity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
but a fine product. The Gaja Classic Evo Pro here, all kinds of colors and different wood options available for customizing.
Yeah.
And the brewing components too, right?
Yeah. And then this one we've got like black, white. We've got a ton of colors. I think there's green and yellow now too.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can customize the wood accents. You can change out the baskets. You can get the BIT or IMS baskets, BIT or IMS shower screens. So like my personal favorite would be the BIT shower screen and then the BIT Renato baskets.
Okay.
Those are
So like
super.
precision. So
Precision
it just
baskets.
takes it to the next level if you're doing higher end brewing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So manufacturing on them is a little bit different. So the holes are a little more precise on those.
And then we go up to the Rancilio Silvia.
Yeah.
Interesting backstory on this is Whole Latte Love was actually involved in getting this available to the public because initially Rancilio just made this for some of their vendors as kind of giveaway items, and we saw it and said, hey, there's a market for this
Yeah,
guy.
for sure.
So all those Silvias out there, you're welcome. Yeah. And then we come up to the quality level of the ECM Casa 5.
ECM Casa 5. Shout out to Tim over in tech support. He's got one of these at home. So I think that speaks to its reliability for sure. Just like he's had his for a really long time and I think the only thing he said he has done is basic maintenance. It hasn't failed him yet. So
yeah, high quality stuff here. German Italian engineering, very nice. Then we go to the Go, which is the PID, the only PID machine that we have up here. I mean, technically, I guess Breville says that the Bambino there kind of uses a PID, but it's a little different because it's
a little bit different.
Not a real boiler per se,
right?
With a volume of water in it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it is heating it up to that 200 degrees, but it isn't retaining that heat the same way. This is going to be more precise and retain that heat.
All right. So Ellie, how are we doing? We got any questions that have come in that we can help people with?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a few questions.
Okay.
One of them is from Steve. He asks if the boiler is bigger on the Go than it is on the Gaja.
Yes, and I know, if you go to the site, we sell like 50 or so different machines, so I don't internalize the boiler volumes, but yeah, this one's definitely bigger.
Yeah. On the product page under specs, it'll show you the exact size of the boiler.
Yeah.
One thing about the Gaja, because the boiler is so small, it heats up very quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does have a very small boiler, but you can adjust that temperature quickly.
But you got plenty. You got everything you need to like pump out a drink. Like we just did, obviously. And
exactly.
Also, it gets ready to steam.
Heats up so quickly.
A little quicker because it's not such a mass of water that you're
exactly.
heating up.
Yeah.
Anything else we can help with, Ellie?
Yeah. So a few people had asked if it takes a little longer for the Profitec Go to heat up than the Gaja.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this is probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe
5
even
to
2,
10.
depending.
Yeah. I mean, it'll say it's up to temperature in a couple. Like,
yeah.
But you've got that mass, the heavy portafilter, and the group up there, which is a solid hunk of brass.
You want to make sure your portafilter's preheated too.
And there's ways that you can help that along by just letting some water through.
Yeah, just take it off and kind of run it that way. You can do that.
And do that. And also, like any of these machines, and in fact, any espresso machine with a mechanical power switch, like the 4 of these have, you can always put on a timer if you want. I know I use like a Wi-Fi timer at home, so I can turn my machine on before I arrive.
Yeah, I use one of those old school ones with the little tabs. Yeah.
So you can always do that, and we look at other machines. You have to get up to some higher level machines where you have some automatic on and off.
Right, like Profitec Drive. Yep.
Yep. All right, Ellie. Any other questions we can help with?
Yeah, they got one last question.
Sure.
Justin asks what the best budget grinder would be for the Evo Pro.
For the Evo
Pro.
Pro.
The best
one.
That's
I
hard.
have my favorite.
What's your favorite?
My favorite for the Gaja Classic Evo Pro is like a Eureka Mignon Facile.
Yeah, that would be my top pick too.
And we're going to take a look at 11 on that. And that's because it's a flat burr grinder.
Yeah, that's a great one that's espresso specific especially. There's also, if it's like really, really budget, I would say probably the Baratza Encore ESP and the Fellow Opus are neck and neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the same build quality.
No, the Facile is
are-
a step up for sure.
Yeah, that's like what I consider a machine grade build quality. No, it's very basic.
Yeah.
But it
No
uses
frills.
the same, no timing functions in that. But if you're going to use maybe a scale anyways,
Right.
or
Yeah, the Facile is basically a step down from this one. This one's the Silenzio, which would also be a great pick that adds time dosing.
yeah, and those other two that you mentioned, like the Encore ESP, and again, we're going to take a look at if those happen to be all three in our next live
Yeah.
stream coming up at 11. So stick around for that,
Yeah.
maybe.
And if you're crazy, you can also pair any of these machines with a prosumer level grinder, and that's always good too.
Because we have what we call upgrade-itis,
Yeah.
right? Because you get
Yep.
into home espresso, and then you're like, oh, I want one that's a little nicer down the road. So
Yeah.
maybe if you're for sure, really going to go in, you might, because the grind is really what it's all
Very
about.
important. Yeah, no shame in pairing an E37S with any of these. So.
Very good. All right, so if we don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap it up here. I'll just tell you again, if you wanted to get a close personal look at any of these, and we can do grinder pairings, right, in the CoffeeCast?
Yeah, we can do grinder pairings. If you've got specific grinders in mind and machines, we can also kind of do a versus in the CoffeeCast. Just put that in the notes of what products you're interested in, and then we can also set up a custom quote for you with bundle discounts.
And if you need some help right now, you can chat in or give us a call at Whole Latte Love. We got a bunch of experts ready to help you out and get the product that's going to be right for you and your situation.
Right.
They're all coffee experts.
Yeah.
They all use the products. So we can really help you out.
And I think that's the biggest thing with these machines. They're all fantastic machines. It's really a matter of like which one is the best suited for you and your use case.
All right. Missy, thank you so much for helping us out. We're going to come back at 11 Eastern. We'll take a look at the entry-level grinders that would be great pairings with these. Help you out with that. And then we have a new live stream every hour right through 4 Eastern today, where we'll look at some even higher level machines if you're maybe ready for an upgrade, that kind of thing, in higher level grinders. And we're also going to take a look at the bean to cup super automatic machines.
Oh, sweet.
Those are the ones you just press a button and you can have
It'll
it make
do
an
everything
entire
for you.
latte
It'll
for
be
you.
the barista for you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Again, we'll be back at 11 Eastern with those entry-level grinders. Appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options, like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home, like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got Latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in Latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options, like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home, like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got Latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in Latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options, like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home, like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options, like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home, like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from Hey, espresso lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love. Got Brian with me. Brian, we're going to take a look at a range of entry-level home espresso grinders. You're going to pull a shot. We've got to go through these. You know, what might work out best for you. If you have any questions, get in the chat on YouTube or Facebook. Get those questions in. And who do we got back there? We have Ellie back there. Say hi, Ellie. There you guys are. Thanks for your help today. She will get the questions out to us. Now, before we go, I do want to tell people about a really cool service we have. It's called CoffeeCast. That's where you can schedule a one-on-one with a coffee expert via Zoom and any product, machines, grinders and machines pairings. You can get a personal demo from those. That's really cool and exclusive. I don't know. I definitely do that, right? So also, am I making you laugh, man?
No,
okay,
right? Yeah.
Cool. Also, get the Whole Latte Love. Create an account there. Opt in for the emails because we've got exclusive subscriber-only discounts that you'll get notified of. Special deals, values, discounts.
That's right.
Right. Also, our customer service folks are ready to help you out right now. You can chat in. You can give us a call at Whole Latte Love and talk to an expert that can help you with any questions you might have. And again, we're going to take questions here, so any of these products, get those questions in. Right now, our phones are open until 9:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, 10 to 5:30. So give us a call, chat in if you don't like talking.
That's right.
We'll handle it that way. Also, we have extended returns through January 15th or 30 days.
Or 30 days.
So, you know, you can buy with confidence. We have awesome prices right now. Now's the time to get what you want for your home coffee setup. But if the prices should change, you're going to get a
price match, right? Yeah.
You get a price match and the difference in Latte rewards, which you can use.
That's right.
And great warranties on all our product. We run our own service center here. We've been doing that for more than 20 years. We've been around for, what, 26 now?
26?
So,
not me, but with the company. I've been around for 26 years.
You're at least 26. But let's get into the products here. And we're going to kind of go down the line here. And I kind of by price a little bit.
Yeah,
but
more or
also
less, more or less.
capabilities. We'll talk about those. And again, if you have questions, get them in now on any of these. These are grinders that would work out okay with the Gaggia Classic Evo Pro here. We had that in our last live stream, which I think you go back and look at right now. But
honestly,
let's start with the KitchenAid over there, Brian, and tell us what that one's all about.
Okay, so the KitchenAid grinder is a conical burr grinder. I think it's a 40 millimeter conical burr. It has, as you can see right here, it's got a screen so you can actually adjust the grind size and it'll show you what size it is. And as you do that, it actually adjusts the amount of time that it takes by the grind size. And you can actually change how many shots and cups you want. and it's really a phenomenal like ease of use for this grinder, that you can do all these things, and you can change the times if you don't like how this is working, if it's coming out a little too fast. This one comes with this very nice grinds bin, and it has a nice little, it creates a pretty good seal. I've chipped it upside down and no grounds fell out, so it was pretty nice. Also, under the little tray here, it has a portafilter fork that you can install, and actually it's plastic. It doesn't look great, but I'll tell you this much.
That would go like this,
yeah,
right?
it really does actually. Well, this one's a bad example because it's crooked, but it really does actually, and it will grind straight into that. And you know what? Let's just do a quick one real quick. I mean, it goes straight down into there.
And it's relatively quiet, right? I mean, it's got a nice tone to it.
No, for sure. And you know, as you can see, that not a single ground missed, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know how well you can see that on the screen, but it's a very nice grind. And so yeah, when you're not using that, you can put that away. It's very compact, does not take up much room on your countertop, and comes with a little dosing spoon.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call that, right? It's a spoon and a little brush.
Nice.
But honestly, it's a phenomenal grinder. Like I was genuinely surprised. I made a video about this not too long ago, and our good friend Nick here at Whole Latte Love told me to put this in here, and I got it on my desk and I started using it. I said, this is actually a pretty nice grinder. But another great feature I love is that you can actually take this off and no beans come out.
So if you want to switch out
Right.
beans, if you're doing 2 different varieties, or you want to
Right.
throw some decaf
You
in.
cannot remove it without it closing. I think that's a great feature because I have lifted hoppers off of grinders so many times and spilled the beans all over the ground. So not the best, but it's got a lot of great features. I mean, it is plastic, but you know, if you don't have a problem with that, I don't have a problem with that. So
Okay. All right, and next up, we're looking at this is a single dosing grinder.
this is the only single dosing grinder up here. This is the Fellow Opus, new for this year. It came out in 2023 from our good friends at Fellow. They had the Ode out before, which was more or less just a brew grinder. This grinder is an all-purpose grinder, so you can go, I don't know if you can see that, from 1 all the way to 11. 11 gets very coarse. Great for
you go
cold
all the way
brew
to
even.
cold brew on that?
All the way to cold brew on that easily, but and then down it when you get into espresso, you can adjust it, and then if you got the top shot there, yeah, let's see here. You've got this adjustment ring on the inside, so you can actually get in between each of those grind settings by just manually adjusting the inner ring here. And since it's you can actually take a look at those burrs right there. It's incredibly easy. You can just pull the burrs
Again, a
right out.
conical burr over
Yeah,
here. right?
again, a conical burr. Same size burr, actually. But once again, that's as easy as it is to open up the grinding chamber.
Now, this, just so we're clear, as we get into higher end espresso grinding, it's generally a flat burr is preferred for
Right.
that, but you can use conical burrs.
Right.
We will be looking at a flat burr grinder here in a second.
Right.
Also, I think if, for people, since we're talking entry level, right, grind size is incredibly important in espresso.
Right.
Very, very
Right.
fine changes. And what you might find on some of these, we'll talk about this guy here in a second, is that, it's not going to have quite the precision of
Right.
some of the more expensive
These
products
are
we're looking at.
stepped grind adjustments. That means
Yeah.
like you can see it clicks in between each one. That's whenever you see like stepless versus stepped, that's what it means. Stepless is a smooth rotation where you're adjusting as small as you want. And these ones all kind of click. And
So now this comes with a dosing cup and a kind of a container for multi-purpose
Right.
use,
So this one does not have a portafilter fork like the other one. This one does have a grounds bin like this. It has a lid. We don't have that out here right now, but it has this great.
So for espresso, you
Yeah.
grind right into that.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's
grind a
give
little.
it a little. Let's just toss some beans from this one in here. Why not?
So this is generally a grinder that you'd only put
Right.
the beans in there that you're going to use.
Yeah. As
And
a
not
single
load
dosing
up a
grind. That's
hopper,
correct.
right.
Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. And then the button here, if you press it once, it grinds for 30 seconds. Press it twice, 60, 3 times, 120. And if you press and hold and then let go, it'll grind for 2 minutes straight. So it is timed dosing, even though it is just one button. And so,
And that's that button right here.
right. And I mean, it's, once again, this is one of the quieter grinders we're going to have up here. And so yeah, and there you go. And so basically what we have here is a dosing cup for a portafilter. So what you would do is you would put it on top here. Oh boy. And then you flip it over. Little focus issue there, that's fine. But yeah, and then so there you go. And you don't have anything in there, and you've got everything you need in there. So it's ease of use on this one, it's just one button.
One button.
It doesn't get any easier than that pretty much. So
And
there's
can kind
that.
of go multi-purpose, but again, you might miss a little bit of that stepless in the espresso range.
In the
but you can
espresso
get
range,
by.
right, exactly.
Okay. Now the next one here, the Baratza Encore ESP, kind of tries to deal with that. And tell us how that works, because I know you've worked with this one a lot.
So this was one of the first videos I made for us as a video maker. And so Baratza Encore has been a grinder that I think it's been out for 10, 15 years, I want to say at least, for Baratza. And it's a great grinder for home brewers. I think this was new in 2023 as well. They released the Baratza Encore ESP. And what that means is that they had, if you can see up here on the top, you've got 40 grind settings again, but from 20 to 0 are very fine increments. It's like a higher resolution between each grind size. So if you're over here, you've got all the grind sizes you need. In fact, I think that, I didn't do any testing, but the Encore has the coarsest possible grind size out of all of these grinders.
Okay.
It can put out, I mean, it's just cutting the beans at that point. And so, but you can get pretty fine and pretty coarse all within an espresso grind size.
Let's take a look at, like down in the espresso size, right? So adjusting it is just turning this, so I'm at the finest right there,
That's
right?
the finest, yeah. So let's just do that.
Yeah.
And so another great thing that the Baratza Encore ASP came with is this dosing cup, which has this fun ring on it so that you can actually do like a 54 millimeter portafilter or a 58 millimeter portafilter with that on there. And it also still comes with the standard grounds bin that all the Baratzas come with. But yeah, so let's just throw some beans through that real quick.
So you've got two ways that this grinder can operate,
You've got the pulse on the front, and then you've got the switch on the side, just like the old Baratzas. It's pretty much the same use-wise.
So that's like a momentary switch, right?
Right.
And then if you just fling this guy on the side here,
It'll just
go.
Right.
Okay.
So that's probably good. It does kind of like, the hopper does kind of pop a little bit. It is on there. That's perfectly normal. I've gotten a couple questions on the YouTube video about that, but it is perfectly normal.
And then with that dosing cup.
And so yeah, just the same thing as the Baratza. Well, not the Baratza, the Fellow. Same thing where, oh, that's actually a nice looking coffee. I wonder which one's in there. But yeah, so same thing. You get a nice, it goes straight in there and you're ready for your next one. And once again, I don't know if you saw it, but none of the grounds miss. And honestly, like for using this grinder, this is a good grind for it, because sometimes when you get down into the finer ones, it does get a little clumpy. But our WDT is recommended, but it is the
Weiss distribution technique.
Right, with the little
stirring around the grind.
Right, with the little needles.
So okay, so up to 3 conical burr grinders.
Right, almost identical burrs in all 3 of them, honestly.
And these are all technically stepped grinders. Now, Baratza tried to deal with this a little bit here with that focus in the espresso range. It gives you a lot more control of the fineness, which again, if you're newer to espresso, that's one of the most important things, is getting your grind size right. We've got a lot of videos on how to dial in grind size properly for espresso. And again, if you have any questions on any of these products, we will take those.
Right. Now tell us about the Facile, Mark.
So the Facile, this is like, so we've got this Gaggia Classic Evo Pro here in black. I've got the Facile in black. The Facile is a flat burr grinder. And Eureka makes much more. This is kind of a basic level, but if you want to get a really nice, high quality, stepless grinder at probably the lowest price there is for this type of product, uses the same mechanics as their more expensive grinders.
Same burrs.
Same burrs with some timing functions and what have you. But so if you take a look, I'll show you up here if we get that shot overhead. So
Nice.
here your grind size adjustment. There's no like clicks here, right?
Right.
So you can make very, 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 very small changes in grind size. It is very basic, really just an on-off switch and a momentary. I'm just going to let it pop out there. There you go.
Yeah.
So, but we'll show it. So it's just press and hold in here to grind.
Right.
I don't know if you can see that overhead, but what you're going to find with this is down at espresso sizes is really next to no clumping at all.
Right.
It's a very fluffy grind that it makes.
It's gorgeous.
And again, those flat burrs are really preferred for espresso.
Right.
Over the conical burrs.
In our testing, the conical burrs create a little bit more fines than the flat burrs. So it gets a little, your shots are going to be a little muddier. You get a nice, clean tasting, fresh shot.
That's nice and fluffy. And we're going to pull a shot here in a second using this grinder. And I just changed your grind size. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I was watching you do it.
What are you doing to me? Because again, that grind size is critical.
And I think this is also the first one. It is a metal construction. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know, like you pull that thing out of the box, you know immediately that's a machine.
Yeah, and if you can take this apart for easy cleaning,
Right.
You don't lose your grind size, which is something. When you get into more espresso focused grinders, that's something to be aware of. That if you're going to clean it, open it up and clean it, some grinders lose the grind size,
Right.
Which isn't a big deal, but you know, it's a consideration.
Right.
But again, a flat burr grinder here. This is really my top. If you wanted a high quality, low cost entry level grinder that's going to be able to serve you for a while, the Facili's a really good choice, and I do love the black with the black here.
It also comes in white, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Facile.
So now we're going to go over to the Barazza Sette. So we had the Barazza Encore over here. Now we're going to go over to the Sette.
Okay.
This one also grinds right into a portafilter, and you've got some adjustable forks here. So if I push those in, and then I can set my portafilter right in here. And this one also has
adjustment.
timed grinding on it. So if you take a look up here, you've got 3 different timed presets. So what this does, especially when you're grinding for espresso, is you can set a time that gives you the dose of coffee you want. And along with grind size, being consistent with coffee dose is very important. It also, so with these adjustable forks, you can also grind for other brew methods into the grind bin here. It'll slide in there.
Right.
And you grind a lot of coffee.
And that comes
for a
with
drip.
it. That's.
Yep. And we also here now, technically this is a stepped grinder because this is how you adjust the grind size, pushing this around. Usually espresso's over here, but what you've got, so that's a macro adjustment ring. Then you have a micro adjustment ring right here. So you can turn down and you can get in between these macro sizes, and that really gives you what you need to be able to dial in your espresso.
Right.
Now, the one thing about this, we heard all these other grinders. The one thing about this one is if you need quiet in the morning when you're making coffee, this might not be the best choice. But
No.
it does grind very fast, and the distribution is just really, really nice. So I'm going to just run this. I've got 4.2 seconds.
That's probably going to be too much, but yeah.
Probably going to be too much, so I'll be able to stop that.
Oh.
So that does a really nice fluffy grind. So if you can get a look at that overhead, that is absolutely gorgeous. Right? There it is. Okay, I see it coming in there. There we go. It's a really nice fluffy grind.
Right.
One thing to know about, something else, a little tip about when you get a new grinder, the burrs season, that doesn't mean you have to throw away the coffee, but they get a coating of oils on them.
Right.
So a lot of times if this grinder, any grinder, is brand new right out of the box, you may see a little bit more static with it.
Well,
but
sure.
That'll go away. Or if you're in the heating season and the air is really dry, you may get a little bit more static. But let me just show you the grind out of this. It's just a really lovely grind. Again, a little louder than some of the other ones, but it does it really, really fast.
Right. I think it's twice as fast as the next closest one, which I believe is the Facile.
And the distribution is really nice. And if you're wondering, if you're just getting into espresso and wondering, well, how do I get to that very special grind size?
Right.
We've got lots of videos to show you how to do that, but one thing you can do when you initially grind is just kind of pinch it between your fingers and look, you should almost be able to see your fingerprints within the grind. And that means you're close. It doesn't mean that's exactly what you want.
Right.
But
I would say you can start pulling shots once you start seeing your fingers.
Yeah, and then you can do some timing in that.
Right.
So I'll just make a quick check. Do we have any questions coming in at this point? Come on, guys, get in there and chat it and give me some questions. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's have you do a shot on the Gaja Classic Evo Pro here.
Yeah, sure.
And we're going to use the Facile.
Let's see what you did to my grind size.
Yeah. I hope I didn't screw it up for you too
No,
much.
I think we'll be all right.
But it'll be a good, we'll talk about what we're doing. So Brian is using a scale here, which is something, as you get into espresso, again, consistency with your grind size, which will need to be adjusted when you change coffees and that kind of thing. Your dose weight is very important too. And now what dose weight are you going to use?
I'm going for a 17.5 on this basket. This
Okay.
basket's it's got a tapered shape to it, so I find that giving it a little extra headroom is a good idea. So, gosh darn.
And that's nice where you can just push in there and just
Yeah.
get that little extra that
Right,
you
it's
need.
the only, I call that on demand. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what people say, but it's the only one that offers that feature up here, and I think that's really, really, really lovely. And so yeah, let's get that ready. I'm happy with that dose.
So you're doing a little leveling. We're using some,
Right.
these are actually Eureka tools that we're using right here.
Right.
Little leveler, I love this, is adjustable head. Just levels out the coffee before you go ahead and tamp it. And we've got some nice wood trim on this Gaja Classic Evo
Right.
Pro.
Now, is
and
that the
it's
smoked
bottomless.
oak?
Huh? I think so.
I don't remember the name of it. It looks like we're a little fast,
So I changed Brian's grind size a little bit.
but no,
And-
that's not too bad.
No, it's about right. We're using our own crema wave coffee that's roasted locally, and you see, the name does not lie. It's got a
No.
fair amount of crema in there.
No, that is a good amount of crema. So I would say that's probably good, although I didn't time it. I would say that
Do you
was
mind?
probably
I'm gonna take it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
please.
really familiar with this coffee.
Yeah, please
Let's
do.
see. Yeah, that did get a nice crema on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's got. I look for a little bit of sweetness in this coffee. When
right.
it's pulled nice.
Yeah.
That did well. That
Yeah.
did very well. I got to be careful. I'm
Oh,
doing
we're-
a lot of live streaming today. I got to be careful about how much espresso I do.
Yeah.
I think I'm up to 5 or 6 already. So.
Holy moly, Mark.
And there will be more.
Right.
There will be more.
Oh my gosh.
Any questions we can take care of? Okay. Well, let's go kind of back through then what we've got over here. So we kind of going up in, I don't know. Again, I said this would really be my choice to pair with an espresso machine.
Mine too.
And
Mine too.
it can serve me beyond Gaja Classic Evo
Right.
Pro if I decided to upgrade at some point.
Right.
There-
Exactly.
There are much nicer, and you can get, within the Eureka Mignon line, there's timed, we're going to take a look in some other live streams at the
That's right.
Libra, right?
That's right. Oh yeah. All the high-end grinders.
Yeah, that can grind right by weight. There's also a version of the Sete 270 here, the WI, which grinds by weight. So you just say, I want 17 grams, and it'll grind you up 17 grams.
And it does a
within
wonderful job with
tenth
that,
of a
for
gram.
sure.
But the
Yeah.
KitchenAid, so I mean, for me, really, something like, the first couple here. If I was into single dosing, I want to get in a very economical way. I think the Opus here.
Yeah, the
Is
Opus.
the way?
The Opus is a wonderful option. I really love the little macro adjustment ring, micro adjustment ring. Let's say in the inside. The quality of it is very good. It does not. It has an anti-static system built into the chute, so it's just like straight through, no static, comes out great. And it's very simple to change grind size between each brew. Very useful. And for me, I almost always do single dosing at home because I'm only drinking 1 cup of coffee at a
And
time.
again, with the single dosing, so you're just putting in the beans that you need. So if you're switching coffees a lot,
Correct.
maybe you have different coffees for espresso, different for drip, or that.
Right.
You can do that.
Or if you're making an espresso right after a drip coffee. And also, I don't know if we've got that top shot again. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but there is a little
cheat sheet.
cheat sheet in here. Oop, upside down, where it even tells you which number to set it to, depending on what you're trying to brew. I don't know. That probably
There it
doesn't
is,
really
yeah.
turn out too good, but that's fine. And because of how well it sits in there, like you can actually kind of go like this, and it creates a little bit of suction and pushes the retention out.
Okay.
So that's another great thing.
And then now the KitchenAid here. Very nice sound, very small package. but it gives you some tools that can help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, right here with the.
Unlike anything else we have up here, honestly, the fact that you can change, you know, I can say I want a French press and I want to make 5 cups of coffee with it. It'll show you how long about it should grind for, and I think that that's unbelievably useful. And this grinds bin is the biggest that we have here, and it has that nice lid that closes up. This one comes in 2 other colors. I think they're both black. One's a shiny black and one's a matte black, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And it's a solid one.
The Encore ESP is probably going to give you a little more control in the espresso range because they do that. They take the amount of grind size change
Right.
is a little smaller in here, so it helps out with that.
Yeah. So basically, if you're just imagining like what you're doing by twisting this is actually making the burrs go closer. So the looser it is on there, the further away the burrs are, and so that's what's going on there. And so if you were to look at the pitch of the little groove that it's going down on, it goes like this, and then once it gets to espresso, it kind of flattens out, so that you're barely making a difference in the distance between the burrs.
Okay, and then the Facile Eureka Mignon Facile is the first truly stepless grinder. Takes the build quality up a lot.
That's right.
Again, you're using the same burrs that you'll find in some of their higher end grinders. Same general build,
Right.
all metal.
Right.
Case, you know, this is one that's going to go for years.
Right.
Without an
Right.
issue.
And it's just one screw on the back, and you just take that out, and you can lift the whole top off with the beans still in the hopper. As long as you close it, it doesn't automatically close. So my goodness, don't spill your beans.
But this is really, it's set up for espresso.
I believe it is. I think that you could potentially, because it's stepless, like go coarse enough, but you're going to be twisting that.
A lot of turning to get there because of the fineness of the adjustment.
And being that it's triggered by the button there, it's not as convenient to be putting a cup under there.
Yeah, you kind of have to hold your finger in there or something. Then we go up to the Sette 270 here, grinds by time, more plastic construction
Once again,
here.
yeah.
And there are, and a lot of people love this grind. It's quick, it's fluffy, it gives you pretty much about the same weight every time. I mean, when you change your grind size, that's going to change your weight a little bit.
For the time dosing.
Right.
Right.
But it's going to help you be consistent. And again, it's got the 3 presets up here so that you can adjust how much time it is, and it does it in, what does it do it in? It does it in hundredths of a second. So you see I'm at 4.12 seconds. So you can be very, very precise.
Very precise.
And again, although technically a stepped grinder, you do have the macro and micro adjustment rings, which if you're doing multiple brew methods, you know, you can get from grinding coarser for a drip down to, and it comes with that bin to help you with that.
Maybe show them how easy it is to take the burrs out on that one too, honestly.
Let me do this. So it does have a hopper shut off here.
Right.
So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to grind out a little bit of coffee here.
Right.
Just so I'm not making a mess. I'm just going to, so we'll stop that. Now if you want to take the burrs out of here, you get this whole unit out of here.
It's just that simple.
And then there is the burr.
You just twist.
Again, that's what we call a conical burr. Same that we had in our first 3 products there.
Right.
This hopper also removes, so if you needed to change, you can get the hopper out of there.
Incredibly easy.
And do that. Any questions coming in that we can take? Just want to check with Ellie here.
Yeah, I've got one. From Jay, he asks, what do the extra fines from conical grinders do to the flavor of a shot?
So yeah, I sort of mentioned it earlier, but yeah, when you create more fines in the basket, it's going to have more that gets extracted out. And so what you're going to run into is typically like a thicker body, a little heavier. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when you have a flat burr grinder, you're going to have basically like if you're looking at the size of the grinds, you have like a bell curve, and it's going to be where you want that grind is going to be like that, and everything else kind of falls off to the sides. And so when you have more consistency in the grind size, it's going to be a cleaner cup. It's going to taste a little less muddy, and it's going to have like more of the flavor of the coffee. I mean, that's something we get asked all the time whenever we do grinder videos. Like, how does this affect the flavor? And it's a great question, and it's completely valid. But I think that in the right hands, like all of these grinders are going to make the coffee taste the way that it should, if that makes sense. Like if you put in an Ethiopian coffee, it's going to taste like an Ethiopian coffee no matter which one you use, as long as you have it dialed in. And
I
so,
mean, you might if you have more fines. I mean, one general principle would be that maybe some of that coffee is going to get over extracted a little bit more.
yeah, right.
And that's why, we're looking for, again, every grinder, even, really high-end grinders are always going to produce grind sizes in a
Right.
bell shape.
Right.
What we do find with the conical burrs is maybe there's more percentage in the fines.
Right.
And you get more as you go up in larger burr sizes with flat burrs, is you're probably going to get more of that bell curve and less. And actually, there's a great video if you go to our channel where we did do a bunch of grinder testing.
You did.
We took,
I'm not.
right up to, the Chiato E37S, which is
Right.
kind of like a reference grinder, if you
The
will.
king.
83 millimeters.
Right.
That has a really nice distribution
Right.
through that. So it just really helps with your consistency.
And another quick detail, we did mention that all these are conical burrs, other than the Facile, but the Sette differentiates itself because, as you can see, on this one, the cone burr stays stationary and the ring spins.
Yeah.
Whereas all the other ones, the cone spins while the ring stays stationary. And it's I think that reason why it does such a great job and it's so fast, over 3 grams per second.
You just have to be okay with it, with a little bit
Yeah.
of extra noise. So if you need a quiet environment
Right.
in the morning, maybe not this guy unless somebody's a few rooms away.
That's
while
another
you're running.
comment we get all the time
Yeah.
whenever we make these videos, is people that own it and they say they're not lying. It is
Yeah.
very loud.
Yeah. Any other questions we can help with, Ellie?
Yep, we got one more. Carlos Carlos asked that what a stepless grinder is, since you mentioned that the Facile is stepless, and
Yeah.
what the benefit of a stepless grinder is versus step.
It's just really about having that very precise adjustment, because like on some of these grinders over on here, one step might be too much if you're
Right.
really particular about dialing in your grind size.
And if we're talking about step, it's like a click. So like
yeah.
you can see, like I can only
In
go
between.
where it wants me to go, whereas this one, it's literally anywhere you want it to be. There's no click. It's just a smooth motion.
Yeah, very, very, very small changes are
Right.
possible here when you turn this dial. There's
Right.
no clicks, as you said.
That's right.
So, all right, well, we're going to wrap it up because we're going
Right.
to come back in 30 minutes and we're going
Yeah.
to take a look at some heat exchange espresso machines. These are prosumer level machines. We did some
Definitely.
entry levels
Right.
earlier, which
Take
are
the
single
step up.
boilers.
Right.
We're going to step up to machines that can brew and steam at the same time.
Right.
All of them are PID machines, so they have very smooth temperature control. So stick around, see us at noon Eastern for that. And again, if you'd like to get a personal demo on these or any machines that we have, including the ones we'll look at noon, you can
Definitely.
schedule one of those CoffeeCasts and get a personal one-on-one demo with a coffee expert to help you out. So we're going to take it off now. We're going to switch everything out, and we'll get the heat exchange machines up here for you,
Right.
and we'll take a look at those. So if you're looking to take a look at a heat exchange machine, do stick around. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here in a little while with a whole latte love. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got Latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in Latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options, like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean to cup specialty cafe in your home, like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Coffee and espresso are hot this holiday season, and so are the savings with our best prices of the year. Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals are on now at Whole Latte Love.
The deals are hot, and so are new options like the best selection of custom wood knobs, trims, and panels.
Put the convenience of a push-button bean-to-cup specialty cafe in your home like the incredible Gaggia Academia. Customize your own Italian espresso machine using our 3D builder to add real wood treatments, trim, and accessories.
Bundle products for purchase like grinders and coffee accessories for even more discounts.
You know, for 26 years, Whole Latte Love has offered coffee lovers the best selection and lowest prices on everything coffee.
Don't miss your chance to save even more. Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals on automatics from Gaggia, Jura, and DeLonghi.
Prosumer espresso machines from Profitec, ECM, Rocket, and Bedzera, whole bean coffees and accessories, plus top-rated grinders from names like Eureka, Chiato, Barazza, and more.
Plus, shipping is always free on orders over $50. We price match so you always get the best price. And Mark, we've got Latte rewards.
Yeah, you're going to earn 3% in rewards on your purchases, and your purchases, they're going to be returnable until January 15th. Shop now for the best selection, and you can do it with confidence. If prices go down, you're going to get the difference in Latte rewards.
So don't miss out on your chance to save with the best prices of the year.
Go to the sale page at Whole Latte Love and check out the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals going on now. Hey, espresso lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love. We got Brian with me. We're going to go through a bunch of heat exchange espresso machines. A couple hours ago, if you rewind a bit, we took a look at entry-level single boiler machines.
Single boilers, right.
About an hour after that, we took a look at some entry-level grinders.
Yep.
Today, it's heat exchange machines, a range here. We're going to kind of talk about what might be right for you. So, heat exchange machines, these are ones that you can brew and steam simultaneously on.
Right.
Kind of prosumer level. I do want to tell you also about CoffeeCast. That's where you can get a personal one-on-one live demo with an expert on any of these products. We can even do machine and grinder pairings if you want to see how it might work together. We will be pulling shots on a couple of these machines so you can see how that works. Also tell you, go to Whole Latte Love, opt in for the emails. You'll get alerted to subscriber-only discounts, save you a bunch of money. Also, you can call and get some expert advice if you'd like, or you can chat in if you don't want to use your voice.
Right.
But we're open till 9:30 tonight Eastern time to take your calls, get you expert advice, get you into the right products for you. And our return policy right now, extended out to January 15th or 30 days, whichever's longest, so you can buy with confidence. We have great pricing right now. And if it should change, I don't anticipate much of that, but if it should, any difference in the prices, you'll get Latte rewards for that. Oh, and there's a 3% bonus on any purchase right now.
Very nice.
Beyond the very attractive sale prices we have going on. So Brian, let's talk about what we got here. We'll kind of go on down the line here with these heat exchange machines. I guess we'll start over here because that's where we are. So Bedzera BZ13. Now you're very familiar with this machine. This is one you've used daily for quite a while, right?
Yeah, right offset over there. I used to have it set up, and I would brew a shot in the morning, in the afternoon, every day. I picked this one in particular because I loved the look of it. Not to shame an E61, but I wanted something that wasn't an E61, and it's the only one up here that is not an E61 style group head.
So this machine, again, heat exchange boiler, brew and steam simultaneously without an issue. There's the DE version, which we have right here with programmable buttons. So if you just want to pull a shot and have it, come with the same volume pretty much every time, you can program a 1 or 2 cup, or you can go just manually and decide when. Then there's a PM, which is just a single button here. It's just brew or not. You can see we have the lever operated valves here. For steam and hot water. And this is, like you said, it's not an E61 machine. The rest of them are.
The BZ group this one has.
So this actually has a heating element. You got one in the boiler, of course, but also within the group head right here, there is a heating element. This is also, like all our machines, a PID machine. So you can set the exact brew temperature that you want right here. And you also get a shot clock here as well.
That's right. And you also might have noticed there with the DE model, you do have a slight pre-infusion setting that you can turn on and off.
So it does do the pre-infusion. When you look down at this now, we'll see different grate styles, and some people have their preferences as to what sort of a grate that they like on the drip tray here. I've got right here, this is a wire style rack.
You'll see both of the Bedzera models today have that style.
And you might like this because it doesn't hold as much water on the surface. On the other hand, you kind of see into the drip tray. So if you don't empty your drip tray a lot, maybe that's not the kind you want. Nice cup warming surface up here. You see we got some of the nice Bedzera cups up there.
I like the 2-tiered cup warming surface. I think that's a nice look.
And this is, so the first 3 machines we'll look at use a vibration pump. This last 2 that we'll get to over here, they use rotary pumps and they're plumbable. This is a reservoir only machine, so you load your water in the back here under this cover, and you can't plumb this machine. But I really like a plumb machine because then I never have to fill a reservoir. It's also maybe easier to deal with some of the water filtration and that kind of stuff if you plumb in a machine.
And of course we got some custom wood on that one too, don't we?
Yes, we do, and that's something that really cool. If you want to personalize the machine, this is one. All of these machines can have some personalization done. We'll look at some other ones like that, but custom wood treatment, so you can select different varieties of wood. A lot of our machines, if you go to the site, you can actually see it in 3D or we have some augmented reality, so you can actually put the machine right on your countertop
Right.
and see what it's going to look like.
And I think that's the Tiger Maple right there. If I'm not mistaken.
Really, really nice. Now, let's move over to the Profitec Pro 400 here. And this is a machine, although it doesn't have the PID display.
That's right.
It kind of works in a different way.
Right.
So,
It does have PID temperature control still, but not to the degree of changing it, well, literally to the degree, where you have a switch along the side here that's a 3-position rocker switch. So you can go forward for a little bit lower temperatures, middle for mid temperatures, and push it back for what Mark likes to call the turbo steam.
turbo steam, yes. So yeah, it makes it really easy, and I kind of like that setup. If you're just going to be like, I'm doing a dark roast, you go a little cooler. So you just throw the switch forward over here. If you're doing a medium or a light roast, you go to the middle section,
Right.
and you go back to the 3rd position when you want to kick up the steam pressure. Notice we also have some custom wood treatments here, and this is an E61 group machine.
That's right. So,
And you'll see we have on our other 2 of our other machines here, we'll have a flow control on this. You can equip this with flow control, which allows you to really finesse extractions. We'll talk some more about that in a minute. This machine, if we look up top as well, it also has the brew pressure. So you have access to the OPV up here, where you can easily adjust the brew pressure.
just a flathead screwdriver. Yeah.
And a lot of machines, what you have to do to adjust brew pressure is open them up. This one, the Pro 400, you don't. It comes in, three colors, I believe?
Yeah, it comes in a stainless steel like all the others, and then we also have the matte white and a matte black, which is all very nice. And each one of them comes with little colored disklets that you can swap out on the valves.
And you see up front we have a dual gauge. Some machines have 2, some machines have a single gauge. It gives you both reading on your boiler pressure and your brew pressure here. Seeing that brew pressure can really help you dial in your coffee. And we'll pull a shot on this one in a minute.
Yes, we will.
After we go through. But let's move over to the Pro 500 here. So looking at this one of my longtime favorite heat exchange boiler machines. And I do want to be clear that this is a special version of the Pro 500 that's only available from us where the PID is displayed.
Right.
So right now you see 257 Fahrenheit on this machine. So that's showing you the actual in-boiler temperature.
That's right.
Like all heat exchange machines, the temperature in the boiler runs much hotter than what your brew temperature is going to be.
Right. And unlike a single boiler machine, these do have just one boiler in them, but it's a huge steam boiler that produces a lot of pressure.
And you saw we had the on the BZ13 we had the lever operated valves. These are quarter turn. So when we say quarter turn on a valve, it means just a quarter turn to get you all that steam. And I mean, you can see that steam just pouring out of there. So really nice steaming machine. You can see like on the Pro 400, we had a dual gauge over here. We have separate gauges.
2 separate gauges, that's right.
For each. And again, this is a special version of the Pro 500, only available from us.
Yep.
We do a lot of work directly with Profitec, and we requested this because people wanted to see that.
Right, because it usually is down
right
in
there.
that cutout right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As you see, as you run this, since we have the display here,
Right.
we'll get that shot clock here, which again is really going to help you out. There's some other functions available there as well. And we have the flow control up here.
Right.
So run that pump, and I'm just going to turn the flow all the way off.
Right.
And you see right now, no flow at all, but then we can go to a very, very slow flow if we want, like this. And that can be really helpful, this very low flow. I really like to use it a lot for those very fresh from roast specialty coffees.
Yeah, good for pre-infusion too.
Yeah, you could saturate the puck and allow some of the CO2 in those very fresh coffees to off-gas so maybe it doesn't come out as bright. And then once you've got that, you can crank that flow rate up and get into your main extraction.
Yep.
I've done a lot of videos on how you can use flow control to really finesse the flavor of your coffee. So as you get more into it, you can really work with some high-end coffees very nicely.
And even though we don't have it on there, you can get custom wood accents for this one as well.
All kinds of custom options available at the website for this, so do check that out. Now we're going to go up to the Bedzera Aria. And here we're moving from everything. This side was vibration pump. Now we're into rotary pumps, plumbable machines. And I'll tell you, if you used a reservoir operated machine and then went to a plumbed in machine, you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this so much sooner?
Right.
Because you never have to fill a reservoir. It's wonderful. Again, we have the flow control on this one as well.
Comes stock, if I remember
Yes,
correctly.
stock on this. And again, if you're watching us in other areas outside of North America, the Aria may be a little different. It comes in a number of different versions. The only way we carry it is with the PID, the shot clock, the flow control, the lever operated valves. And the Zera is known, I mean, check out that steaming, right?
Huge.
But Zera is known for really pumping out the steam in a lot of their machines. Again, like I said, E61. And all flow control machines are going to have the pressure gauge up here.
Right, which is very useful because,
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the pump pressure over here, but actually seeing the pressure at the group really changes the game.
And where we saw, like on the Pro 500 that we were looking at, if we can see that, the PID right there, we were looking at the actual in-boiler temperature.
Right.
On some machines, they're going to do a calculation, so you're going to set the temperature that you want to brew at. So
This one and the BZ13 that we saw earlier.
Yeah, so we're setting this at 201. That's probably like for a medium roast coffee.
Right.
And again,
So quiet.
that shot clock. And there's a difference in the sound. I don't know if you really can compare that with a rotary pump. And then we can, like we could on the other flow control equipped machine, change the flow rate if we want to do those pre-infusions. And we can cut it right down to nothing if we wanted to.
Right.
So very nice machine. On this, like we saw on the Pro 400, you could adjust the brew pressure. You can as well on this machine if you want to, but you're going to adjust a bypass that's underneath the machine to change
On the rotary pump itself.
on the rotary pump itself.
Yeah.
So very nice. So let's take a look at this guy.
Right. And this one you're an expert on.
Yeah. This is the ECM Mechanica Max. And if you look up, ECM is really known for the details in their machine. So if you look closely, you see things like the chrome tips here, the chrome tips on the lever operated valves. But this is what I consider to be really one of the most advanced heat exchange boiler machines that you can get.
Oops.
Oh, a little coffee in there. Because what you get here is, this is a PID machine like all the other ones, but this machine actually has two PIDs, two temperature sensors. So it has one in the boiler and one in the loop of the thermosiphon. In an E61 group, there's water constantly circulating out to the group and back into the boiler to control the temperature. So if you run this machine in standard heat exchange mode, it'll work like the other ones, where it's probably going to be a little bit hotter most of the time than what you actually want for brewing, but you're going to end up with buckets of steam power. Buckets. And you can see right now here, because Brian had just flushed the group a little bit, it's saying ready. That means it's at the temperature that we set for brewing. So if we wanted 201 on this machine, we had already set that within the controller here.
Right.
And then when it says ready, that means it's using that probe in the thermosiphon loop and measuring the temperature and saying it's at 201 right now. If this were to sit for 20 minutes, or maybe not even that long, it may do it while we're here. It may indicate that it's over temperature and advise us to flush the machine.
Right.
And if you're familiar with heat exchange machines, it's a very common thing. You have to do a little flush to get rid of some of the water that's too hot in the brewing circuit.
Right.
Now, it's the two PIDs here that make a really big difference in the operation of this machine, but you've got a lot of other controls in here.
Right, yeah.
So we're running in standard HX mode right now. If we were to run this in brew temperature control mode, oh, there it goes. It's indicating that it's over temperature. So it'd give us a little, so it's telling us to flush by those three dashes up top.
Mm-hmm. And so let's do it.
So if you do it, now it's going to flush, and you just wait until it registers.
Yep.
Once it gives us the time there, we're right at about the right temperature.
Right.
And it says ready. So it lets us know that we're at the proper temperature. It's always been kind of a guessing game on a heat exchange machine, what brew temperature you're really at. But what I was saying, if you're running in brew temperature control mode, it'll drive the heating of the machine by the probe that's in that thermosiphon loop, so it'll keep you right where you want to be, temperature-wise, so you don't have to really do any of those flushing. Occasionally you would. And then, when you want to steam, you just hit one of these buttons while you're brewing. It'll kick on the boiler heating and heat up very quickly while you're brewing to do that steaming.
For those buckets of steam.
For those buckets of steam.
Right. And of
while
course,
you're making buckets of crema.
right,
I like to
there you
say.
go. And we've got the E61 group on this one. As you, I don't know if you can really see, but with the E61, it's a little bit of a taper to it. I think it's, just the little details that really make it look nice. But
Yeah.
of course, we can also have
Flow control.
a flow control installed on that as well if we were so inclined.
And again, the extra details on this, I'll just pull out the portafilter because it's what we call angled and balanced. So when you go to tamp on this, it sits nice and parallel to a counter surface. So when you're
Right.
tamping down,
Right.
that makes it a little bit nicer. And the details, like the chrome tips here on the
Right.
portafilter.
And I think we've got walnut on this one, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe so. And we'll take a look at that grinder in a second. It's got some custom details on it as well.
That's true.
But let's go ahead and let's pull some shots. So Brian, you've volunteered your expertise over here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on the Pro 400.
Yeah, let's go for it.
We are using our Crema Wave coffee here. It's a medium roast. So we've got the Pro 400, the PID, set to its middle position, which gives us, we got it set to low, right?
No, it's in the middle position.
Oh, okay, it's in the middle position. That's going to be what you want to use for medium or lighter roast coffees. Makes it really easy to quickly switch in between brewing a light roast or a medium or a dark roast coffee. So it simplifies the process just a little bit. So,
And so
tell
we're
us what you're using here.
Yeah, we're using the E5 Pro from Chiato, which is a great grinder, exclusive to us here at Whole Latte Love. You can operate it by either pressing in with your portafilter or by pressing a button on the side, and that's really what makes it special. As
It's
you
a
can
large
see,
flat burr grinder.
I think 64 millimeter flat burrs comes out. I mean, none of that missed. That went
Yeah.
straight in. And it's, even with the amount that it has to fall, it really just doesn't miss.
Yeah, it really distributes very nicely. I love the flat burrs. I love larger burr grinders. They give you a better grind with less fines generally.
Yeah.
And you're weighing out your coffee here using an
That's right.
18-gram dose.
Yes, I am.
See,
I've got my
which is
tamper
a
over
pretty
here.
typical dose these days. It used to be the traditional Italian doubles were 14 grams, but as the specialty coffee scene has blossomed over the last decade or so, everybody's doing 18s. And you can get bottomless portafilters, triple shot baskets. You can
Oh my gosh, yeah.
really trim this machine out. I mean, some of my favorite things are bottomless triple shots.
Oh my
That
gosh.
just look beautiful. So you're going to weigh your extraction as well.
Right, just for fun.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
And you dialed this coffee in. Let's see if I did.
Oh my gosh. It looks maybe a little slow,
The
but
hair slow. So, if you're familiar with making espresso, you'd probably just, increase your grind size
Right.
just a little bit
or if we had flow control, I could increase the flow a little bit and maybe push a little.
and save the shot a bit. Yeah?
Right. But I mean, even at the end of the day, this is going to be a good shot. I can tell by looking at it.
And I'm gonna taste this one.
I dare you.
taste this one? Okay. Because
No.
I know I'm very familiar with the Crema Wave coffee that we have.
No, so there you go.
Very nice specialty grade coffee.
All right.
So let's give that a taste.
And let's knock that.
Yeah.
A little slow?
And yeah, a little slow.
Yeah.
Little over extracted there, but that's really easy to take care of.
Right.
We just increase our grind size a bit.
Right. Especially on this Chiato, like it's the.
I'm just going to keep putting my hand on this. Steam over here.
Just keeping me on my toes, truly. But with the big ring at the top, then that's all you would have to do is just turn that to adjust the grind size, and it's just easy as that.
Really like that. Really like that grind. If you're looking for a good value in a prosumer level grinder, this is it. Now they do also have the E6P,
Right.
E5P that have
Right.
timing functions on them.
Right.
But if you're the type that's going to be weighing, your stuff.
Right.
I mean, certainly time grinding can get you there.
Right.
But if you're going to be weighing anyways.
Right. If
you
you're
know,
pulling a lot of shots, the time dosing is going to be
Yeah.
huge of the E6P. But yeah, I mean, this is, I always take my time when I'm making my espresso in the morning, so it doesn't bother me.
All right, so let's go over to the Mechanica Max.
Yeah, let's move over.
And we're going to pull a shot over here.
And what grinder are we using here, Mark?
We have the V Titan. So this is from ECM as well. It's another 64 millimeter or 63. I always mess that up. 63 or 64.
Oh, I don't remember off the top.
I
of
think
my
it's
head either.
64.
Yeah.
Yeah. So large burr grinder. You can see this has a dosing funnel up top. We have done a couple of the custom wood treatments on here. that are available. I love this customizing stuff. I mean, if you really want to put together a package, very nice. So you've done that. And again, we're running this in standard HX mode. So if you take a look at the, it's indicating that we should flush the machine with the 2 dots up there. We can probably get a shot of that, yep. So I'm just gonna do that flush for you if you don't mind. So I just lift the lever and you can see the overheated brew water coming out. Again, we could be running this in a brew temperature control mode that would tell us, keep the temperature much more level. So now it's indicating that we're ready because we did that flush. So it's at our set temperature, and I believe I had this set for a brew temperature of 201. This is also a machine, there's so many functions available in this. I've got a great video that takes you in depth, but again, one of the most advanced heat exchange boiler machines with the brew temperature or standard HX mode. You can also set this to come on at a time of day of week. Get the flush advisor going. And actually within the brew temperature control mode, there's 3 different brew temperature control modes. One's that reheats the boiler more quickly, a little less temperature accurate, or you can turn it down and get more accuracy with slower reheating. And we're good to go. So pull away, my friend Brian.
Let's do cappuccino.
Oh, we're going to froth over here too, right?
I think we should.
Yes, we should definitely froth on this machine.
Buckets of steam.
So also what we saw there was it does a little pre-infusion. If you plumbed in, you can do a passive line pressure pre-infusion. Or if you're using the reservoir, you can have it do a more of a normal pre-infusion where it just runs the pump at a time for a duration that you set, and then stops and then starts the pump up again. And I think, yeah, you're pretty well dialed in, right?
Yeah, this one I think we're looking at about a 27.
And we got the shot clock down to the 10th of a second.
And look at all that crema.
Very nice, and that's what that coffee does. I'll get you some milk. You got a frosting pitcher?
Boy, it's right over there.
Okay. And this one, when we're running in the standard HX mode, again, you're going to have always available lots of steam power.
Right, that you could do while you're pulling a shot, which you
Yes.
certainly can't do on the old single boiler entry levels that we did in the last one.
And there you go.
All right, let's get this. Let's see what happens. All right.
And again, if you're interested in this machine, again, it's probably one of the most advanced. And ECM is really known for next level finishing details. It's one it's going to look wonderful on your countertop. And we get overhead there, yep. And it is a lot of steam power on this one as well.
Oh, for sure. And I really love how the gauges are up at the top of the machine, so they're very easy to see while you're using it. And honestly, the white background of them is just a sharp look altogether. So yeah, let's wipe that off. Give a quick purge, of course. Yeah.
And I like those lever operated valves. You can call them quick steam or whatever.
It's very quick to use.
And that I find that some people really want knobs, and I like the knobs on the 500 because they're that quarter turn sprung. But
all right, let's see what we do here.
Let's see how you do here. Put you on the spot a little bit for the pour. And if you have any questions about any of these machines, please look at. Oh, look, that's really nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a sip of this one.
Yeah, that's for you.
A little bit of whole milk in the morning.
So I'll just ask now. Ellie's back there. Any questions we have coming in? We can help anybody with? No? Okay. Okay. Well, I often get asked why a heat exchange boiler machine, right? Extra steaming power, no waiting for steam generally. You have availability like when we get into the E61 machines for the flow control options on those. That ECM, the Mechanica Max, is just special. I mean, that's
right.
That's about as far as you get on a heat exchange boiler machine. And I often get asked, what's the difference between a vibration pump and a rotary pump? Well, if you're going to go vibration pump, there's very few vibration pump machines which are plumbable.
Very few.
Also a difference in the sound. And also with a rotary pump, you have higher flow rate.
Yeah, you can definitely get a higher flow rate. It's just less strenuous on the machine. Not that any of these aren't going to the failure rate of a vibration pump is very low, but rotary
vibration-
pumps are just like,
The lovely sound, the
Yeah.
plumbability,
Right.
the higher flow rate, like on a vibration pump, most of the vibration pump machines are 7-8 grams
Right.
per second of flow from the
Right.
group, and when you're looking at a rotary pump, you're up around 10.
right.
What does that mean? Well, you can do different extraction techniques. Pressure builds a little faster on the coffee
Right.
when you're doing it.
And I mean, when it comes to like heat exchange, if we're talking about like how we typically categorize our espresso machines, you've got the single boilers, the heat exchangers, and then the dual boilers.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the difference between like the single boilers that if you were tuning in at 10, you might have seen, like a Gaja Classic, Evo Pro, that the difference between that and something like a heat exchanger is a huge gap, because like these, you can steam, you can pull shots back to back to back. I mean, this is all most users would probably need, honestly. But then you make that jump to the dual boilers, and it's just like not quite as big of a gap between the single boilers and the heat exchangers, in my opinion, because you can do pretty much everything that a heat exchanger can do, but it's just going to do it a lot easier.
And coming up, and I think it's about 2 hours, we're going to take a look
Yeah,
at
we'll
the dual boiler machines.
That's right.
Of course. But yeah, you're right. This is going to get most people to where they need to be, especially
Right.
when you get into like what you have available over on the Mac.
Oh,
If you're
100%.
particular about the brew temperature and stuff, you know exactly, which has always been, it's been a bit of a game, with any of these other machines, you can certainly get there.
Right.
You'll get to know where your machine is and its heating, and how much, if it does need a flush at all. A lot of times they don't. I know the Pro 500 is really, really good. We did a lot of work with Profitec on this one,
Right.
working with the flow rate through the thermosiphon, so it was much more consistent with set temperatures.
And those green glasses just look so nice too, in my opinion.
They do
The
really
green, not neutral, that you got up
look
there.
nice. So I'll check with Ellie again. Ellie, any questions coming in?
Yeah, we've got one from Mark. Does the new Gaja Evo still have a 2-steam wand holes in the tip?
The classic Evo Pro does. It's a 2-hole steam wand,
Yeah.
100%. And I believe all of these then are 2-hole as well, unless I'm
I'll make a
horribly
check.
mistaken.
Two?
Two.
Two.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, the same. And I all of these come with 2. I don't think. I mean, you can buy new steam wand tips for any of them.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's honestly about the same size on every single one.
And what a difference here also with these steam wands is they're going to be like no burn style.
Right, all of these, I
All of
believe.
these. So they don't
Yeah.
get hot, and with the uninsulated wands, what you're going to find is they cake milk much more easily.
I want to clarify, the tip does get hot.
Yes.
Don't
Oh,
touch the
absolutely.
tip, but the wand itself, cool to the touch.
People think I'm sometimes crazy for doing this, but
Yeah, that's
I'm just going to grab onto that. And if that was not insulated, believe me, I'd have some burns on my hands by now.
right.
It
We'd
gives
be
you an
hearing
idea
about
also, just how much steam is really there.
it. Yeah, that's amazing.
So really good.
Right.
Any other questions we have? Oh, we're all good. Okay. Well, look, we're going to wrap it up now because we're going to be back. We're going to really switch gears coming up at the top of the hour.
Right.
We're going to take a look at super automatic machines, some
That's right.
values there. And those are the machines that, like, if you want the ultimate in convenience, they grind the beans, they froth the milk for you. Most of them. Some
Right,
of them.
yeah.
We have a variety there. that
Bean
we'll
to
take a
cup,
look
some
at.
people say.
Bean to cup, you push a button. I mean, literally, you can turn these things on and have an espresso, a coffee, a latte within a couple of minutes. So they're all about convenience.
Right.
And these are just beautiful Italian masterpieces, most of them.
Yeah,
right?
each one of them, that's right.
Yep. That are going to look lovely on your counter. I'll mention again that, if you want to get a personal one-on-one demo from a coffee expert, do check out our CoffeeCast. We can line up any of the machines that you're interested in, pair it with a grinder, and take you through its operation and capabilities, right? And also, subscribe, get those discounts. You get subscriber exclusive discounts at Whole Latte Love. And if you just want to call in or chat with an expert on the phone or on your computer,
Right.
We're doing that until 9:30 weeknights, and we do that Saturdays from 10 to 5:30, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Right.
Eastern time in the U.S. So thanks for watching. You know, we do have more detailed videos on
Each of these, yeah.
On each of these machines. We're very familiar with them. If you want to get some more detail, I'm Mark and Brian.
Hi.
Thanks for pulling the shots, and we'll see you back here later. Do check out the dual boilers if you want to later, or if you want that convenience, stick with us. We'll see you in a half an hour for a look at the bean to cup super automatic espresso machines. Thanks for watching.